welcome back to the SmartCalls Podcast, where we equip you with the mindset, tools, and strategies to elevate both your personal and professional life. I'm your host, Hector Montalvo, and today we continue our journey through the habit curriculum with a powerful and often misunderstood concept called the path of least resistance. Now, when we hear the path of least resistance, it might sound like we're taking the easy way out, but in truth, it's about aligning your actions with natural momentum, creating efficient pathways to success without unnecessary struggle. It's about working smart, not just hard. I want to start with this. Resistance isn't always a sign to keep pushing harder. Sometimes it's an indicator to take a pause, reflect, and recalibrate. Picture water flowing in a stream. It doesn't fight obstacles head on. It gracefully moves around them. Likewise, finding the path of least resistance in our goals, it's about identifying flow and then harnessing it. Now, you might ask, well, how do I identify my path of least resistance? Well, let's break it down into practical steps. First, self-awareness is crucial. Take inventory, self-inventory of your strengths, natural talents, and even the environments where you believe you thrive the most. When you start to align your process with your strengths, you're creating a smoother path naturally. As Proverbs chapter 4 reminds us, let your eyes look directly forward and your gaze be straight before you. Ponder the path of your feet, then all of your ways will be sure. This scripture highlights the importance of direction and focus in our journeys. Another key aspect is adaptability. Sometimes the resistance we face is life's way of nudging us toward a different, more fruitful direction. Letting go of rigid plans and staying flexible can really reveal new opportunities that are more aligned with your God-given purpose. Remember, taking the path of least resistance doesn't mean giving up, my friends. It means being strategic. I'd love to share my personal story, at least a glimpse of it. Early in my career, I used to think that success only was achieved through relentless hustle and constant overexertion. I pushed, and often I felt burned out. It wasn't until I started assessing where my energy flowed naturally, what I enjoyed, where I was most effective, that I discovered a new approach. And by shifting focus to my natural strengths, I created systems that worked for me rather than against me. My productivity increased, my stress decreased, and success became a natural byproduct of working in harmony with my God-given gifts. Now, this is true in the sense that I built an entire business around this concept called SmartCalls. And I believe my God-given gifts are professional prospecting. And now our business teaches hundreds and hundreds of business owners year in and year out how to professionally prospect their target markets, deploying 21st century tools like the SmartCalls dialer. So I naturally gravitated to what I believe I was good at. And now I teach about it. Within our habit curriculum, the path of least resistance teaches us that efficiency is not lazy, my friends. It's wisdom. If you're expending energy fighting uphill battles, take a step back. Is there a different approach that feels more aligned, more purposeful? Even in business, clients and opportunities often come from channels where your message resonates most easily. Lean into that flow, my friends. Now, let's get actionable. Start by pinpointing the areas in your prospecting process where you're encountering the greatest resistance. Is it a specific lead? Is it a sales pitch? Is it a talk track or a phone script? Is it a client follow-up you can't seem to wrap your mind around or get in front of? Ask yourself, is there a more efficient or effective way to handle these leads or prospects? Sometimes making small adjustments, such as prioritizing your prospecting calls during your peak energy hours or refining your approach based on client feedback, can yield significant improvements in your results. Second, practice mindfulness and reflection. In this fast pace of daily life, it's easy to miss subtle cues telling us to pivot. Take time each week to reflect on what's working and what's not. In fact, one of the ways that we do this within the SmartCalls dialer is the 5-star rated member. This allows you to go back and assess where in your sales cycle is causing the most resistance between you and your members. If something feels forced or draining, it might be a sign to explore a different path. As Matthew chapter 11 encourages us, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." You see, my friends, even in our work, there's a way to labor with grace and ease. Finally, give yourself permission to make adjustments without guilt. Remember, God has equipped you with the ability to discern and to adapt for a reason. Trust that when you align your natural flow, you're honoring the unique gifts He's given to you. The Habit Curriculum is about building a life of sustainable success, and part of that is learning when to let go and let natural grace unfold for you. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the SmartCalls Podcast. Remember, success is a journey, and each step you take really does matter. If you found value in today's discussion, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could use a little extra inspiration today. And as always, keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and most importantly, trust the process and live with purpose. Until next time, my friends, stay empowered and stay on your path. This is Hector Montalvo signing off. God bless you.